I was 6 years old when a man in my family told me that no man would ever love me with a belly like mine, and I believed him, so I spent every single day after that thinking about losing weight. After many years, I finally did it. I lost the weight, I gained the muscle, and I finally look how I have always wanted to. And this is what I actually found when I got here. 6 years old, the first time I remember somebody commenting on my body. That moment was when I started to believe things about my body that actually weren't my own beliefs. My belly was too soft, my thighs were too squishy, I should only eat half of a burger bun because girls don't need that much bread. I should definitely be moving more, despite playing soccer, despite being outside constantly, despite being a kid. And it kept going, being told to change out of shorts when certain men came around, teachers in middle school telling me that I couldn't wear stretchy pants or leggings because my hips and butt were too distracting to the boys, and apparently to male teachers too, and if I did want to wear those pants, I definitely had to wear a shirt that went down to my knees. Being a teenage girl and constantly having grown men make advances at you, it never ended. As women, we are taught from the time that we are little girls that our bodies are just objects for men to look at. But what do our bodies mean to us? Our bellies let us laugh with our friends and enjoy good food. Our arms let us hug the people that we love. Our legs take us on hikes and allow us to see pretty views. But instead of being taught all of the wonderful things our body does for us every day and allows us to do every day, we're taught how to make it look to get attention instead. And when you don't know better, you don't know better, so you conform. I wish I could say it ended in adulthood, but it didn't. There's no time that it just decides to stop. It ends when you decide that it's ending, but we're not quite there yet. After a period of weight gain in 2023, I decided it was time to, for lack of better words, get my shit together. While yes, I wanted to lose weight my entire life, I always still felt quite healthy. This time, it was different. I was at my lowest mentally, I wasn't moving my body, I could barely get out of bed in the morning. I was eating terribly, and I was at my heaviest weight. My goal was simple: get back to the weight that I used to be. It's ironic, isn't it, that the body that I once hated and wanted to change so badly was now my goal. During that time, I remember looking back on photos of my younger self when I hated my body and just wanting to reach through the phone and shake myself awake. Make myself realize, like, you hate yourself so much, but you're so beautiful. And I couldn't help but feel like such a profound sadness for myself, that I had such a deep hatred for my body, and I had no idea what I actually looked like. So, I downloaded MyFitnessPal. Tale as old as time. For about a year and a half, I was obsessively counting calories. I could portion out 4 ounces of chicken and 12 grams of peanut butter with my eyes shut. I knew the exact amount of calories in every single thing I ate. I was losing weight, amazing, but I was also losing my mind. Watching the number on the scale go down and also the number of my pant size shrink made me realize, okay, the less I eat, the more I lose, so why not keep eating less? And I think this is the common trap that so many people fall in and are falling in right now. I knew nothing about proper nutrition and the importance of it. All I knew was if I eat less, I lose more weight, so what could it hurt? Spoiler alert, it could hurt a lot. My 500 calorie deficit quickly turned into an 1,000 calorie deficit, and it kept going. I lost my period, I was losing my hair, I was losing my sanity, I wasn't sleeping, I lost all of the muscle that I had been working towards. And I was constantly on the verge of passing out. It was horrible, and I remember hitting my initial goal weight, and that was huge. But it wasn't enough, so I set another goal weight. And I hit that, and that wasn't enough, so I set another goal weight. And I quickly realized that this will never be enough. It was never about my body. It was always about how I viewed my body. That's when I knew that something needed to change. For the past several years leading up to that, the only focus in my life was losing weight. I realized the first step in making a change was having something else to focus on: decentering weight loss. I needed a goal other than weight loss, so I signed up for a half marathon. Just hear me out, because I know what you're thinking. You wanted a goal other than weight loss, so you decided to run 13 miles. Make it make sense. I did this because I needed a fitness goal that wasn't related to weight loss, and also because in order to run a long distance, you have to eat. You have no choice. You have to be fueling yourself. I'm very competitive, and if I sign up for something, I want to do it well. So I knew this would force me to actually fuel myself and learn how to do it properly. During this time, I also knew I needed more support, so I hired a strength and nutrition coach that could help me program my lifts to benefit my running and also tell me what I needed to be eating and how much. Slowly but surely, we started building up my calories here. believe it or not, I started to feel a lot better. I was sleeping better, my hair grew so much in a few months. I was actually able to build muscle in the gym. I was so much more clear-headed, which was very necessary because I started EMT school around this time, and you definitely need brain power for that. And I started to realize the more I'm eating, the more I'm actually liking how my body looks. When you're underfueling, your body is not producing the correct amount of hormones, hence why you're missing your period, and you're also not producing the correct amount of neurotransmitters. So serotonin and dopamine are heavily affected, which means your happy juice is not very happy. So the less you eat, you're gonna hate yourself a bit more just because your brain's not working as it's supposed to. All of that to be said, I was starting to feel like myself again, and it felt so good. Like I said, I signed up for EMT school, so I had a front row seat to what happens if you continuously underfuel your body. I've responded to a call for a 12-year-old girl who passed out at an inpatient ED recovery facility who still couldn't get herself to eat. I've also responded to calls for many middle-aged women who fell and their body couldn't absorb it, so they broke a hip. All because they had years and years and years of underfueling, which led to low bone density. 2 different calls from 2 different decades, but it is all the same story. Women feel like they have to shrink themselves above all. Women choosing thinness over health. Learning what your body does for you every single second, just to keep you alive, will really, hopefully, change the way you view it and therefore treat it. Who cares if you have a soft belly? Do you know what the organs underneath that little bit of belly fat are doing right now to keep you alive? I promise, it's a lot. And it's a lot more important than the way your belly looks. That knowledge is what taught me to love my body and take care of my body, even if I don't love the way it looks. I don't subscribe to the belief on the internet that you have to love the way your body looks or you hate yourself. That's not the case. I don't have to love how this thing looks to take care of it and to love and appreciate it. Just because you don't love how it looks all the time, which is normal. We're talking 25 years of society ingraining stuff in me to hate this body. Obviously, I'm going to have my moments where I don't love how it looks, but that does not mean I have moments where I do not love it. I have such a deep appreciation for this thing. It does so much for me. The least I can do is do a little bit back, is take care of it. Also, seeing so many people who would give anything to have the body and the ability that I was busy hating on reframes a lot for a person. Seeing all of that made me love and take care of my body on a completely different level. But I don't want this to come across as me saying you cannot want to change the way your body looks at all. That's not the case. What I am saying though is you do not get to hate it. I know I've been harping on this, but I want to say wanting to change something about the way that your body looks is not a bad thing. Like I said, I don't subscribe to the idea and the side of the internet that says you have to love your body or else you hate yourself. But with that being said, you have to take care of it either way. I'm not giving you a choice. You deserve love and you deserve care whether or not you like the way your body looks. Imagine if someone had a baby, and you know babies can sometimes come out looking a little funky, and they said, I'm not going to take care of you because I'm not a fan of how you're looking right now. That's ridiculous. Treat yourself like a baby. Take care of yourself even if you don't like the way you look. Going back to the baby analogy, how many times do you think people feel like getting up at 2 a.m. to change their baby's diaper and feed them? They probably don't feel like it, but they do it anyway because that baby deserves to be taken care of. You are the baby. I still have physique goals. I want my butt to be a little bit bigger. I want my muscles to be a little bit bigger, but those desires are not stronger than my desire to be healthy, to have sustainable health across my life. You cannot hate yourself into loving yourself. If you go into any type of body transformation with raging hate for yourself, it is never going to go the way you want it to. It will not be sustainable, it will not be healthy, and it will also never be enough for you. You'd probably take really unsafe measures trying to arrive to the destination of your dream body, and when you arrive it, you're going to want to go right past it because you will never feel satisfied. It will never be enough for you. Why you're doing it and why you want to do it matters more than anything else. The pressure for women to shrink never goes away. It takes new forms all of the time, so we always have to be very cognizant of that and check in with ourselves a lot of like, hey, why do I want this thing? Why do I want a smaller waist and a bigger butt? Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but at what cost? It better not be at the cost of your health, mental and physical. Being stick thin should not be the goal. I see so many people online being like, I don't care about muscle, I just want to be skinny. Tell that to your 50-year-old self when you're in the hospital for a hip replacement. I promise you're not going to care then. Recovery is not linear. You will have your moments, you will have your days, but the point is to keep going. I did it. I'm still doing it every single day. It's a constant work in progress, and here's how. Number one, having people around you who support you is very important. Like I said, I hired a strength and nutrition coach to help me properly do this. I've had therapists who are very aware of what's going on in my life, nutritionists. I also let my family members in so they know what's going on. Also, recovery for me looked like removing every single rule I had for myself, taking away the 10,000 steps a day, this many workouts a week, this many calories, you can't have this food. Take it all away. Do what feels good to you, learn discernment, and learn to trust your own body. While also learning to trust your own body, you have to learn how to be honest with yourself. Trusting your body and like, I got very little sleep last night, I don't feel good, I'm not going for my run this morning, versus I slept fine, I'm nowhere near my cycle, I've been eating good, I just don't feel like going, I'm gonna do that anyway. Learning when to push through the mental toughness of not wanting to go versus the physical, I cannot, like my body does not want this right now. That discernment and honesty with yourself is very important. I eat what I need, I add what I want. Making sure you're actually having good nourishment, having your veggies, having your fiber, having carbs. Carbs are important, don't cut them out. Having your protein, but also having fun. There's no good or bad food. Some foods do more for you nutritionally, but ice cream is not bad. That's good for the soul, and I will always sign up for a spontaneous ice cream run. It takes repetition. You get over it by doing it. You have to do it. You have to eat the foods you're afraid of, I'm sorry. To show yourself that you can eat this cookie and not wake up tomorrow and be 16,000 pounds. To show yourself I can skip my 10,000 steps a few days in a row and only get 6,000 and be okay. The world keeps turning and your body will not change overnight, I promise you. Have the cookie, go get ice cream with your friends, lift if you want, or do Pilates if you want. Go on the walk because it feels good and it clears your head, not because you're punishing yourself to do it. It wasn't one moment that made me finally realize enough is enough. It was a bunch of moments stacking on top of each other that I just couldn't ignore anymore. It was recording a progress video and realizing how much muscle I had actually lost. It was standing in line at TJ Maxx, damn near passing out. It was being in ENT school and wanting to turn down drinks with my friends because I was worried about how many calories were in a tequila soda. None of those moments alone made me stop, but there were too many moments adding on top of each other for me to keep pretending that everything was fine. These days, a normal week for me looks like 3 days of running, because I love it. 3 days of lifting, though even that's changed for me recently. My physical therapist actually only has me doing body weight exercises right now. And that's been hard for me. I love lifting, I love getting stronger, I love building muscle, but at the end of the day, that's not what my body needs or wants right now. My body needs to heal, and the whole point of this is taking care of my body, so I'm gonna let it heal. Lots of walks with my dog, stretching, eating foods that I love, eating foods that nourish me and my soul, prioritizing sleep, managing my stress and anxiety and mental health before it becomes a huge problem. All of that is what having my dream body now actually means. Taking care of my body and my mind at the same time, because you can have the most beautiful house in the world, but if the person inside of it is miserable, the house doesn't really matter. I do want to say though, pursuing a physique goal that is healthy, sustainable, and in a way that is nothing like what I just described is a whole video on its own. This one's how I stopped hating it before I got there, but that one is coming next because it does deserve to be talked about. You are allowed to have physique goals and I want you to be able to get there in a healthy way. So here's my real question to you. What is your dream body and why? Is it a specific number on a scale? And if so, what do you think hitting that number will fix? Whose voice is in your head when you look in the mirror and are picking yourself apart? Have you ever asked yourself why it's there and if it deserves to be there? What would you actually be doing on a daily basis if you weren't waiting to feel worthy of it? If you're comfortable with sharing, I would love to hear your answers below. But please, above all, remember to take care of yourself because you deserve it. Bye, friends.